Good evening, Alicia, Amy, Nancy, Simple Shoes. Good evening. Be with you in just 1 minute. I'm closing something out on my other screen here. Shannon, happy Halloween. Carol, happy Halloween. Scott, happy Halloween. I hope everyone is staying safe tonight. I took my little boy out for a couple houses, and then I took him over to my mother-in-law's, who spoils him rotten. She loves her grandchildren. It's only grandchildren. Well, two. She got two, but the other one's an adult. Sadly, it's now in AZ Friday afternoon here. Sorry, Carol. Where is everybody? Well, I'm in Washington State, the United States of America. Is little boy? Yes, he is 3. He is this many. That's how he tells me. Some mornings he wakes up and he'll go 1, 2, 3. Pouring rain, but still saw 30 kids show up to here. That's cool. Scott said North Carolina. We had about my wife was home. She got about 35, 40. I mean, it's only 8 o'clock here, 8 p.m. here, so we might get some more still. Trick or treat was postponed here tonight. Crazy storms and flooding, tornado watches. Ooh, sorry about that in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I was sitting here. I took my son out trick-or-treating, and I took him over to my mother-in-law's, and then I came home, and I thought Cece was going to go live over on Crime and Coffee, and I was kind of hoping that she would. So wait, she said she posted she might go live not at 9 o'clock, but didn't see her jump in. Hello, Brandy Brown. How are you doing tonight? Hope you are well. And I'm not using my normal camera. I hope the audio and everything is good with this. If you hear background noise, it's because I have the fan going. We had rain the other night, and somebody here, I'm not going to mention any names, but forgot to close the window. And the entire side of the wall and inside here, it got wet. I'm trying to dry it out before we get mold. In Chatham, Ontario. So I think we got the edge of the storm from Pennsylvania. Oh, it snowed where Amy Hart is. Mike? Hello, Mike. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Patty Keegan, happy Halloween. Boo to you too, Patty. Boo. But like I was saying, I was sitting around waiting to see if she'd go live, and then she didn't go live. I guess the storms are affecting her Wi-Fi there. So I'm like, I got nothing else to do. Might as well go live on Halloween. Never get a chance to do that. Hello, Tanya. Happy Halloween to you too. CBD, happy Halloween. Hope everyone had a great night. Shannon Alexander, I live in Texas, and it got down to 27 degrees last night. It's going to be in the 80s tomorrow. Wow. When is your buddy coming back to visit? Tim? Tim was here this past weekend. But we weren't able to get online. We ended up going to a friend of ours was band. We've known him off and on, most of the members of the band, for quite a few years. But they were opening up for a new winery. I guess the winery decided they expanded the tasting room. They put in a stage and everything, and they got called at the last minute to come in and open, do the be the opening band for that. So we went and watched them play. It's not really my cup of tea. My wife likes wine, but not me. Not much of a wine drinker. Lori Staggs, welcome. That's Texas. Everyone gets sick in the beginning of the fall. Richard Watts, thanks for the message. We have 1 million homes with no electricity. Sorry, that sucks. Must be in California. Hello, Sensible. Alicia, welcome. Hope everyone had a good Halloween. Or, doesn't sound like a lot of people had. The weather cooperated with a lot of people. Uh-oh, Scott B. lost his car keys. Now I can't drive it. I'm sorry, Scott. Tell you something about my wife broke the key off somehow in the ignition of her car. And in order to get the key made, we couldn't just call any locksmith. I hope this is not what you have to do, Scott. But we had to get somebody who could come out and make not only the key, but it had to be a chipped key. And I think it ended up costing us like $200 for one key. We had to spare here at home, but that doesn't do us any good. Just got it out of the shop today. Damn, I'm really sorry. Sorry, Scott. Patty Keegan, no kids out this Halloween. Yeah, Florence down there in Cali. You guys definitely need some rain. Happy Chick 74. Hiya. How you doing? Scarlet Summer, welcome. Those are expensive. Yeah, the newer cars, you can't just make just a normal key. It won't. You can unlock the door, but you can't start the car. You have to. She has one of those keys. It's not like a regular key. It looks like almost like a straight rod, and it's got a couple of dimples on it. Don't know if there was like a stress fracture in it before she bought the car or what, but it broke off in the ignition. You couldn't pull the rest of the rod out. You could get your fingers on it, but you couldn't get enough of a grip on it to turn it to pull it back out. I know of a lot of different cases, but now are you feeling after reporting on Michael Jones Jr.? It's got to be rough. I know I knew Shannon, so the Watts case hit me hard. Sorry, Alicia. I am truly sorry for anybody in your loss. I really am. Yeah, and sensible crime, it definitely changes you. Definitely changes you. Sean Alexander, I had to get a chip key. Yep, not cheap. We have like 4 locksmiths in our area, and only 2 of them do chip keys. What are your thoughts on JPay for Watts? Only came across it tonight. JPay, is that like to put money on his books? I'm not familiar with JPay is. Sorry. Hi from Deborah Mayhew. For Kentucky, it's 39 degrees here today and raining. Love your videos. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate it. I pray for murder victims and their families every night, and I try to help people who are grieving. It's really nice of you to do that, sensible crime. It really is. I'm good. It's 3:15 a.m. here in Southampton, England. Just heard a loud bang like a gun going off, possibly car backfire or a banger, but only heard the one bang. Is that like is it a banger or like a firework? I'm not sure. The lingo there. JPay is where you can email inmates, etc. Okay. What is my feeling on JPay? Yeah, for Christopher Watts. I don't know. It all depends on what your purpose is. Are you trying to? Do you want to contact him because you want to find out more about why he did it? Or are you a fan? It all depends. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not even going to read the stupid books. Will, there has been a case or two that has affected you more than others? Yes. Yeah, definitely. The one case that affected me the most was a case out of North Carolina. Banger is a firework. Okay, sorry. It was a case about a autistic boy who was he went to the park with his father. His father has apathy in his feet. He couldn't take off after him to catch him. And because of his autism, and he was scared, he took off running, and the father couldn't catch up to him. And he got lost in the woods. And immediately, the mass media out there jumped on the fact that the father didn't seem like he was in a hurry. A park employee jumped on the local news and blatantly lied, because the GPS data showed that he wasn't even in the park yet, and said that he never saw the father with the boy. The boy got lost, fell into a creek, and drowned. And that really, really got to me. And it's really, really heartening because the boy was about the same age as my son. And that's hard. But that one case definitely got to me. 1 second. 1 second. I gotta answer this email really quick. That's all right, Alicia. I mean, it was one of those things where I don't want to give too many details, but I know of a child. By the way, the little boy was Maddox Scott Rich, and I know a little boy that has the same delayed speech and is autistic. And when I was researching that case, it really brought everything home. It's like, one moment you're in the park, with your kid, you're going for a walk, like the father was doing. He has apathy in his feet, and he was doing the walk with his friend. who's also a relative. But they were walking because that's what his therapist told him he needed to do. And just like that, his little boy is gone. Thank you, Sensible. I have 2 grandchildren that have autism. That story breaks my heart. I feel bad for the father. Bless his heart. If you want to check it out, I think I did 6 videos on it, but I think there's 6 of them on my channel. If you go to my main page to there's 6 total, 6 parts to it. 6 of the 6 parts of that series that I did, YouTube demonetized 3 out of 6. Not advertiser friendly. But, hi Louise. G Mary behind the mask. Happy Halloween. Where'd that happen, Scott? I believe it was North Carolina. Maddox Scott Rich. Yep. I feel autism is from a chemical in the food. Well, Richard, it's not. But a lot of people have theories on what causes autism. It's not caused by vaccines. It's not caused by anything in the food. But I understand a lot of people believe what they. Scott B, my hometown. Are you doing a live chat this Saturday, Patty? Yes, I am definitely doing a live this Saturday. Here's a happy circle. I'm still here. I'm aware of that. Sensible. Yeah. Please get your kids vaccinated. I'm not allowed to argue with anti-vaxxers anymore on Facebook. I've been put into Facebook jail by arguing with anti-vaxxers. The last time I did it, Facebook put me in jail for what was it, 30 days? But I think the police may have arrested the father in that case because he didn't believe in having his children vaccinated, but he was giving them what he called preventative measures of hydrogen peroxide and bleach. Yeah, he was giving his children bleach and hydrogen peroxide. Hey, Dangerous RN. What's going on, sir? Hope you are doing well. Yeah, I hate Facebook. CBD, you don't believe in vaccines? You don't have to. It's your right. I'd believe in them if I was you, especially if you have children. Yep, hydrogen peroxide and bleach. He was giving it to his children. I think he said he had 3 children. and he didn't want to get them vaccinated, but he was giving them hydrogen peroxide and bleach as a preventative measure. He believed that the bleach would keep any vaccines from alive that they may get that may have harmed them. So no joke. So Facebook put me in jail for 30 days, and a whole bunch of us reported the account to the local police department once we found out where he lived. And Facebook said that was stalking and terroristic activity. We're like, really? I guess we're terrorists. Shannon Alexander, I can't. I will be watching the Chris Watts case until the end. There is a Law and Order episode. Not kidding. Kids vaccinated. Hi, Kiki. Shrug Trotter got her. I'm assuming it's a her. Could be him. I'm sorry for assuming that. Or flu vaccine today. That's true. C. Knowles 50. Not everybody needs to be a parent. It's up to you, CBD. Imagine if people view air the same way. Would they stop breathing? It probably wouldn't, Carol. Mallory, Jay, we are all scared of the government, but vaccines are not the culprit. I don't trust the government as far as I can throw them. And here I am. I'm back. Not good. Sells your data and censorship. Nancy Drew. Love the name, Nancy Drew. Hey, Linda. Hey, your brother from another mother. Hello. Angel Eyes. Well, gee, Jeanette Canham, are you using science? Because it sounds like you are. It's Sophie, hon. How are you doing? Oh. I'm dangerous. I'm not familiar with CB276 in California. Goodwill. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hey, Martin. How you doing? I'm back. My diggity dang dong phone. Yeah. Deborah Mayhew. I'm sure you get tired of talking about Chris Watts, but wanted to know if you think both girls were killed at the batteries. I don't believe him. I think he killed one at home. He is such a liar. Well, he's definitely a liar. He's a compulsive liar. Uh, what do I think that he killed both of the girls there, and that he arrived there with at least one of them alive? I don't really know. That's the honest truth. I don't know. I think, if anything at all, I think he killed Shannon. I mean, right off the bat, like he said he did. I think he took her down to the truck. I think that if both girls were alive, there's a possibility that he took them there alive and was trying to figure out what he was going to do. But I mean, I have nothing to back that up. That's just how I think that he may have done it. And then he decided there was no way out of it, and he wasn't going to be able to enjoy that life with Nicole. So he decided to kill both of the girls. And I can't, for the life of me, I can't wrap my head around that. He could have just walked away. And I keep on thinking to myself over and over again, just like with Michael Wayne Jones Jr. But Michael Wayne Jones Jr., he killed two, then waited 2 weeks, and then killed two more. I don't know. I don't understand it. I never will. Hey, Judy. Welcome. Vanilla pudding pop? I will. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you, too. I have 4 kiddos, and one of my sons has epilepsy. I have heard it all. I had one person go off on me on Facebook that it's my fault he has epilepsy because I got my kids vaccinated. Oh, Alicia, I'm truly sorry that ever happened to you. FYI, me, and I don't know if you've ever seen any of the live streams with my friend Tim, but both of us have epilepsy. And we live perfectly normal lives. And was it because of vaccines? No. Tim, I believe, has had epilepsy his entire life and did not come from vaccines. Brain trauma. It was all part of when I was in the service. I lost part of my forearm right here, and I took a piece of shrapnel on the top of the head. Janelle, your husband has epilepsy. Hippie love, we love Tim. Yeah, we all love Tim. Tim's a great guy. I went to Hollywood Cemetery to watch Sixth Sense. It was so cool and spooky. Sixth Sense. That's a movie, right? Is that Haley Joel Osment? I'm drawing a blank here. That might be. I'm not sure, though. I live a perfectly normal life. I don't know about your son, but I take Depakote. But you are a reporter. Why don't you know? Why keep on asking your channel if you have no answers? I don't understand the question, CBD. And Who said I was a reporter? I'm just another human being. The only difference is there's a camera pointing at me. So I don't understand your question. I'm trying to be respectful, but I just don't understand the question. Yeah. Recliner detective. Thank you for your service. My hubby was in Vietnam. Hello from Wisconsin. Hello, Wisconsin. My daughter is actually taking off tomorrow. Her and her grandmother are going to Vegas for, they're leaving Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They're flying from Wednesday. They're leaving and they're going to Wisconsin. They're actually landing in Minneapolis, the Minneapolis Metropolitan Airport or whatever it is. Movie with Bruce Willis. Okay. But they're landing in Minneapolis, and they're going to stay in Minneapolis for a couple of days. And then they're going over to Wisconsin. They're going to go to Milwaukee and see relatives of mine in that area. And then they're going down the state to Prescott to see my sisters. Patty King, is he 31? Jilly Willy, welcome. Yeah. CBD, I have never once in my entire life said that I was a reporter. I will bet my life on that. I'm not a reporter. I've never gone to school to become a reporter. I've never worked for a news outlet. I'm just damn good at researching. And, that's about it. I don't have the persona to be sitting in front of a professional camera, but I'm good at what I do. And I think that the majority of people who are subscribers and viewers of my channel understand that I'm going to give it to them the facts, and I'm going to give it to them straight without all the bolt and the hype and speculations. But I've never said I was a reporter. Not once. Ever. Zelda, welcome. Scarlett, what's up with CB? CB. I'm drawing a blank on CB. Chris Myers, what's up? Hoorah! If that fine looking photo is of you, Chris, thank you for your service, sir. Never professed to be a YouTube reporter? No? Why would I? I don't work for YouTube. I work for myself on this platform. I put out content on YouTube. I'm not a reporter for YouTube. I've never said I was a reporter for YouTube. I don't understand what your problem is, CBD. We can keep on going around and around about this all you want, but I'm just going to stop reading your comments if that's all you want to ask me about. I'm being respectful here, but I don't understand what your point is. You can go back through all my videos. The only content that has ever been removed from my channel is because I moved it off of here to another channel where I'm actually getting paid for it. I'm a YouTube MD. I believe Mike. Zelda, I think what you do report is downright factual and trustworthy. That was my entire intent of starting the channel. Comments like that will get you banned from my channel. And not only will I ban you from my channel, I will report you to YouTube. She did not threaten you. I read her comment. Okay. Yeah. There's a million of them out there. They got nothing better to do. They're so lonely in this world. Yeah. Ooh, pass out the candy and tell ghost stories. I'm sorry, Zelda. I don't know what the message was. I didn't see it. Yeah. Janelle, we went to about 5 houses and trick or treating. The first one, we walked up to the steps and he kind of just stood there, like, what's this? What are we doing? I don't think that he really understood the entire thing, even though, I knocked on the door for him, and he's standing there and he's got his little plastic Halloween bucket. I don't think he really understood the concept behind Halloween trick or treating, but that's okay. I took all 5 of the houses that I know the people at, so it's about 39 degrees right now. So, and then I took him over to my mother-in-law's, and she gave him his favorite thing in the world, and he's not much. I mean, he's 3 years old. I think in his entire life so far, he's had 2 pieces of candy. You've been watching the trial in Texas of Darlie Rotier. What is Darlie Rotier doing now? She trying to get a new trial? Mr. Richard Watts. And I can still read the comments. Here's a happy circle. Mallory, trick-or-treating was canceled there. Bad weather everywhere, apparently, or just about. Darlie Rotier, isn't she on death row? If not, she should be. After 20 years, she got a new trial. Wow. I did not know that. Well, I'm pretty damn sure that sensible that Darlie Rotier is guilty. Well, you go right ahead and do that, CBD. Bet you $20 right now. You got nothing. There's no cyber bullying here at all. I've got 3 moderators watching this stream right now, and I messaged all of them just to let you go, just to let you talk yourself into and give you an inch of rope. You're gonna hang yourself. Don't care. I don't know why you're still here. You think that people are cyberbullying you? Hot cocoa for the kids? Yeah. When you hand it over to the police, CBD, make sure you tell them that you want to file the report with the Internet Crimes Division. So that way you get the you file the report with the proper department within your police department, and make sure you tell them, I live in Washington State, and that is where the group is from. You need this information for your report. Also, if you could make sure you tell them that my full name. My name is William Finley Jr. So put that in your report as well, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. And then Zelda's a retired sheriff's officer. Deputy. Sorry. My moderator, who is here right now, works for a company that works in cyber crimes. I won't tell you what she does exactly, but she's watching it as well. You got nothing. But I have nothing to worry about. It's actually pretty funny. I'm welcome to come to my house, talk to me. You didn't say anything at all, Jeanette. We're all reading the same thing. One Jack Valley. Hi, Will. Happy trails to you. Angel's crying. Oh, I forgot to turn my camera back on. Sorry. Okay. I'm sitting here. It's spelled doxing. DOXXING. Doxing, not DI. Doxing. I've been doxed. Nobody's doxed you. Nobody has released your personal information or even come remotely close to violating federal statutes for doxing. Again, you still have nothing, but you can keep on. Yeah, I don't think he's smoking marijuana. I think he's hitting hash pipe. Doesn't matter who I'm friends with. Well, Zelda, there was a couple I saw in the news that hit off the Oregon coast. Was it this past week? I believe it was. Judy, good night. Shh, ain't gonna let them get to me. Friends with many. No, I know people in a lot of places. Yeah, what did I do with that tinfoil hat? Oh, darn it. It's around somewhere. Okay. Dixie. Oh, Kiki's got friends in low places just like me. Does the whiskey drown and beer chases your friend, your blues away? I think it is, right? Friends in low places. Where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. I'll be okay. It's a great song. We're ham radio operators, and the ham people notice that the shortwave radio noise increases before the earth. Garth, yep. Good old Garth Brooks. I don't have any of my CDs out here. I'm pretty sure I have that one. I think it's on the same disc as Wild Horses. No, she didn't ask me if I go with her next time. Her and my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is she's semi-retired. She works, but she only works like part of the year, and they just decided that they wanted to take off and go on a little vacation, and they've been planning it out for a while. And my daughter, she works for what they call it, an in-home care, but she was able to take the time off. So, and then she just finished up and sent in all of her paperwork to get her passport. No, this isn't a renewal. It's her first passport, I believe. It's one of the two. But then they're planning on going to Ireland and to Japan. But I'm not sure which one they plan on doing first. Lanky, I'm doing great. I hope they do too. They'll have fun. They always do. Yeah, I mean it's grandmother and granddaughter, but they're best friends. Oh yeah. Ireland, your dream vacation? They'll go. My wife will go with them probably on their next vacation. My wife just switched companies not too long ago, so I don't know what her what her. I think she had to be there 6 months before the vacation time kicked in, so she'll probably get it just after the new year. You still laughing your bum off, huh, Sophia? Sophie, sorry. After seeing Midsummer, I'm staying out of Sweden. The koi farms. Yeah, that might be something to see there. I never know what they want to see or what they want to do. Janelle's half Irish, but have never been. I never take vacations with my family. Lanky? Yeah, same here. That's all I ever do on my vacations. I travel around the United States watching minor league baseball. When I was in high school, I had a friend. His mother had a giant koi pond in her front yard. I mean, it was I don't know. I'm bad with size, but I mean, it was her entire front yard, and she had a little bridge that went over the top of it. What's my bucket list? I don't really have a bucket list of places that I want to go. Uh, if I had to go somewhere, I probably, I'm kind of weird this way, and my family doesn't really understand it, but they accept it. There's more that's here in the United States that I still want to see, and a lot of places that I've never been, or places that I want to go back to. I like the Midwest of the United States, and I can have fun in a town of 50 people just as much as fun as I can have in a town of a place of 1 million people. I missed some comments because those ones. Oh, hippie love, your girlfriend has koi fish. That's cool. Zelda had nearly 100 huge fish. Blue heron ate almost all. Got him on security camera. I'm sorry about that. In that pond with the thing you guys had the net over, Zelda. They're territorial. I know. We had a lot of problems here at this house before we bought it, and I bought a plastic owl and put it up in the tree, and it keeps we had problems with those little brown sparrows, mud sparrows, I think they're called. I'm not sure what their actual name is, but they were building little mud dens underneath the underhangs of the home and on the backside of the garage. So a friend of mine told me, he goes, "I'll just get one of those plastic owls, put it in the tree." Haven't seen him since then. Yep. Wire canopy, is that what that is? I just remember seeing it on your video. I thought it was black plastic netting. Good sized pond though. Mud daubers, is that what they're called, Richard? Thank you. Yeah, we had a huge problem with those suckers. No matter how much I chased them away or knocked down the little homes, they just came right back, built more. Have you seen any coyotes? By Wrigley, Chris Godella, greetings from Chicago. Yeah, I was told that there are coyotes around there, around Wrigley Field. I'm not sure how that works, though. If I was a coyote, you'd think you'd want to go somewhere else. Giant hawk on your roof. I think he eats the birds in my yard. All part of nature. Yeah. Opinionated Oma. You got your shirt yesterday? Was it a Christopher Watts shirt? Or was it I See Guilty People? I'm not sure which one you bought, Opinionated Oma. Sorry. Probably the Christopher Watts one. I've sold a lot of those. Anyone chilly tonight? It's 21 in Minnesota, One Jack Valley. Yeah, have a seat, Mr. Watts. I hope you like it. $21 degrees in Minnesota. If I had to add some places, on my bucket list to go back to, I mean, I would love to go back to we have a family. Would you call it like a camp retreat? There is a cabin there, but it's not really a cabin. It's more of a cook shelter, upstate Minnesota, up on outside of Hackensack, Minnesota. If I had to have put someplace on my bucket list, I haven't been there probably 20 years. But I used to love going out there and then just sitting on the dock, fishing off the dock. It was a great time. I think it was on Lizard Lake or Woman Lake or something like that, outside of Hackensack. I'd like to go back to Mobile, Alabama. Used to go there a lot when I was younger with my friend. His grandfather was one of the founders of Rubbermaid. Extraordinarily wealthy family. People in high places and people in low places. People in between. Light Feather, you have a great night too. In McGregor, Minnesota. That's cool. Will bucket list. See Zelda in Boring, Oregon. Wasn't that far away, not too long ago. I'll eventually get down there. Hell, I know I can't. I don't even get down to Salem and what's the other one? Other town that he has a home in. He's got a house in Salem. He's got another one in someplace else in Oregon. But my wife's dad lives down in Oregon. We don't even get down to see him. Well, he used to when my daughter was younger. Chicago native. I love Chicago. Big sandy lake. Yeah, it's all right. It happens, lanky. I've lived all over the state of Minnesota. Got family all over the state of Minnesota as well. Everywhere from International Falls, Minnesota, all the way down to the Twin Cities. Was it 94 or 90? No, is it 90? I-90 comes into Fargo and turns and into 90. It turns into 94 there. Goes down to the Twin Cities. I always get the two mixed up, either 90 or 94. Eugene. I'm in Eugene, and it's been stupid cold here. Opinionoma. That is where my father-in-law owns his other house. He owns one in Salem and one in Eugene, Oregon. He inherited his parents' home in Eugene. It's I guess pretty much like in the central part, just off of the business district area. So it's 94. So okay, so I drive there all the time, and here I catch 90 out of Idaho, and Idaho through Montana, through the Dakotas, and then down into the Twin Cities area. Husband was born in Chicago but grew up in Traverse City. Why didn't the witch have any children? I don't know. Why didn't the witch have any children, Zelda? I have to get down there eventually. Opinion, Oma. I've been down there. Matter of fact, the last time we were down there to visit him was when he retired. He was working. He retired from Multnomah County Sheriff's Department and the state of Oregon Probation and Parole Department. I'm pretty sure Zelda knows the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department pretty well. She's been in trouble. She used to be a deputy. Will, did you get any more Yoga 401 Now pants ordered yet? No. They don't offer the yoga pants anymore. They only offer the leggings. But the leggings are in the store now, but I have no idea what the quality of them are. I mean, everything else is very good, but I've never seen them. I went to a wedding there when I was around 12 years old. That's funny, Zelda. St. Paul, Minneapolis. St. Paul and Minneapolis. Twin Cities. I went to high school just outside of St. Paul. I went to St. Louis Park High School. Lived right next to the high school, right next to McDonald's. Ever been to Fort Payne, Alabama? Sue, I have not. I've been to Alabama, but I've never been to Fort Payne. Is it nice there? What was it son dressed for Halloween? My son was a spider. He was supposed to be a dragon, but he didn't like the dragon outfit, so we bought that as well, anyways. And then he was supposed to be a sunflower, but he didn't like the hat, the sunflower part of it. And my daughter was going to dress up as a bee, but my daughter decided to go to a party. Nikki V lived in St. Louis Park for a month. Too damn cold. I loved living there. My granddaughter was Spider-Man. Scarlet, Minnesota, I was N. Bye, Richard. Switchfoot. Rainy and very windy Halloween here in Buffalo, New York. Sucks. Switchfoot. Isn't that the name of a band? Recliner detective? It is. Tons of dragons. Was the lake in Hackensack you fished on Birch Lake or Twins Lake? No, I think it was either called Lizard Lake or Woman Lake, something like that. And of course, I could be wrong. I mean, it's been over 20 years since I've been there. We still owned the property there. My father, before he passed away, he gave half of the property. So it was, we had a road that ran on both sides. So one side of it was kind of like a swampy mess that we never could really figure out what to do with. But we used to have our deer stands up in the trees there and our blinds, so we could look out over that swampy area because the deer would come down over this little valley, and there was a nice game trail there. But he gave that land to Ducks Unlimited before he passed away, and then we kept the lakefront area. And in order to stick it to the man, to the government, the taxes were a fraction of what they would be if any. So all these people were buying up all the land around the lake and putting up these, really big, gaudy, giant homes. And my father didn't want to pay, exorbitant property taxes. So he, along with my uncle Gene, they built a cabin there. We call it a cabin, but it's not really a cabin. But the entire thing is not a permanent structure. It's all put together with bolts and wing nuts. So it's not a permanent structure. Buzz Lightyear and Supergirl. That'd be cool. I didn't see either one of those tonight. I saw a couple Spider-Mans and Batmans. Saw some the scary monster person with a mask from I'm thinking of the spoof for some reason. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Hi, Stacy. Oh, I don't play. I'm sorry, Stacy. Miss you though. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Scream Mask. That's what it is. That's the movie. For some reason, all I could think of was a spoof comedy version of it. I know what you did last summer or whatever the heck it was. Not me. I don't get migraines from rainy weather. The air quality sucks in Los Angeles. Nick V dressed as Bob Ross. That'd be cool. Hippie love, good night. Thank you for joining us tonight. Willow Lake, Birch Lake, and Pleasant Lake. Could be Birch. I'd have to actually call my Uncle Gene and ask him what lake, the name of the lake is there. Maryland from the Munsters. That'd be cool. Dun 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 dun. Tss, tss, dun 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 dun. Tss, tss. Saturday, Tammy. Saturday morning, always. I have to work tomorrow. It's 9 o'clock here now. I have to be up bright and early at 4 a.m. to go to work. Yeah, this thing. I built that for my niece. She'll be home soon. Alicia, rather snow than be miserable rain. It's the same time here, Will. Why am I not sleeping? Because I'm talking with my friends. Stacy, it's 4:30. Ooh. St. John's, Indiana. Only one little guy. It snowed all day. Sorry. I was playing the Addams Family theme song on my piano. You know what the hardest thing to get rid of is? An organ. When we moved from our old house, we had an organ that we received from a family member. It didn't work when we got it. We kept it in our house for 15 years in the living room, and we couldn't get anybody to take it away. And when we moved, we put an ad in the paper. I was willing to pay someone $20 to come and take it. We could not get rid of an organ. Had plenty of people who said they'd come and take the bench, but nobody wanted the organ. Thank you, Patty. Glad you enjoy them. I'm in the UK. Miserable rain is expected for the next 6 months. Wow. That's worse than Seattle. Alma, do I have any hidden talents? Yes, I do. They're hidden. Nah. I'm actually I am very good at, at least I was. I've talked about this before in a live stream. I was very talented at art. I once had a full ride scholarship coming out of high school and to go to the Chicago Art Institute, but I never went. decided it wasn't. It was kind of weird. I was stupid. I spent an entire summer working to get into the school, to go there, because Roy Lichtenstein was a friend of my art teacher there at St. Louis Park High School. And because of the connections of that, and he got me a sit down where they went through my portfolio and looked at my work. I won a lot of awards. I have work even to this day that's on permanent display. And one piece is in Stadium High School in Tacoma, Washington. And I have another one at the school district for Everett. I don't know if the one at UMass is still there or not, but I don't think it's on permanent display. It might be in rotation. But I spent an entire summer trying to get into the school. And then I finally got the letter of acceptance into the school, and I got a 4-year scholarship to go, and I never went. Not one day. It's a completely different life. I've had ups and downs in my life, and thank you, Zelda. I've had ups and downs in my life, and sometimes I've made the right call. Sometimes I haven't. I used to be able to play the guitar, but I can't anymore. I wouldn't say that I was extremely talented at it, or that I could be a concert, playing a concert or anything like that. Pretty good at it. Oil? No. My main mediums were oil crepage and watercolor, along with acrylics. Loved the drums. Yeah. I got a whole closet full of them inside my house. Framed artwork. I don't even have any. I'm not joking. In my entire house, I've got a huge amount of walls I could put work up on, and I don't even put my own work up on the walls of my house. And I'm not joking. It's like a completely different person had that life and had those abilities than from who I am today. That probably doesn't, explain it very well. Have I ever? Oh yeah, I sold quite a few pieces over the years. No, I mean, I absolutely 100% stopped in 2000, just before the Y1K or whatever the stupid thing was, the Y2K thing it was. I haven't picked up anything. And then all of my supplies and everything, sketch pads that I hadn't used yet, everything. I took it all, boxed it all up, and my daughter was going to a Montessori school at the time, and I gave them everything that I had that hadn't been used. I said, "Here you go." Jeanette used to be a musician. What did I like to paint? I don't know. I didn't do anything like Bob Ross, putting happy little trees here. But my husband's drawings cost $150,000. Wow. That's cool, Zelda. Will, have you ever done anything on the Carnation murders? No, I have not, Tammy. I'll write it down. Carnation murders. I will look into it. There's never accidents, just happy accidents. Yeah. LOL is Motorola Tech drawing from. A little bit of Sandra. Welcome. Motorola technical drawings from Jefferson County. Tim, my buddy Tim. Yeah, he's really good at not patting himself on the back. But Tim has had a wide range of jobs in his lifetime. But he is pretty much a self-taught what do they call that? Not designer, but he can draw blueprints and design containment vessels, and that's what he does. And his name is in the credits for so many different things that he has actually designed or helped design over the years. But I used to see his name. My daughter went to a STEM high school, and where they focus just on mathematics and science. And some of these big companies would come in and they would talk about internships at in the science fields. And my daughter came home with this brochure about this company that was had internships, and I'm sitting there looking. Draftsman, yeah, that's what I believe they call them. Jeanette, thank you. Just couldn't think of the word. But and I'm sitting there looking through this brochure, and right there in the credits, I'm reading, and I'm like, oh my God, there's Tim's name. And I asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, I did that. Like, why didn't you tell me that you built this entire, or helped build this entire thing? You helped design this containment vessel for, hazardous waste, and it cleans up, what they call it, toxic sites, and it basically contains, the dirt and debris, and so they can be put onto rail cars. He designed this entire vessel, and he's like, yeah, well, that'll just work. I'm like, Tim, every once in a while you can talk about something that you do. He's like, well, I go to work. How do you choose mentor? I don't know. Don't know, Raja. Is my daughter gifted artistically? No, I wouldn't say she's gifted artistically. She is gifted mathematically. By the time she finished elementary school, so here they have elementary school goes until the 5th grade, and then you go to middle school, then the high school. By the time she finished elementary school, she'd already finished all of her high school mathematics. So she'd already taken geometry, trig, and everything else and passed it all. And by the time she entered into middle school, she was taking college courses in mathematics. I have problems balancing my checkbook. I have No idea where she got it from, but from the earliest memories that we have of her, she was growing up, she always had a knack for math. It was just something that naturally came to her. I used to, pour, change out on a pile on the table, and she used to separate out all the pennies, nickels, and dimes and quarters, separate them all out, and then she would add them all up, and she'd write it down on a piece of paper. She's like, "This is how much you have," and I'm like, "How do you know?" I mean, she was third grade, fourth grade, somewhere in there. And then she'd tell me exactly how much money I could have if I took the change, and I went to the bank and I put it in the bank, because she figured out like the interest rate, how much you'd earn in 12 months on the interest rate. And I'm just like, how do you know this stuff? And her grandmother and her mom and I the three of us were just sitting there going, where's this come from? But I do respect you and your channel. Thank you, Raja. I appreciate it. She used to work for Motorola. My daughter, she's a different apple. She's a lot like her mom. Very science oriented, mathematically oriented. Everything, has to have its place, and she can explain things, in ways that just make my head spin. But Patty, she is very smart mathematically, but at the same time, though, she misses a lot of things that street smarts, I guess you could say. She doesn't have very much street smarts. Engineering degree, she'd be perfect. That's why she was supposed to go to school to be an engineer. She wanted to. Good night, Sensible Crime. Bye, Oma. You leaving too? You have a good night. And thank you again for everything you do for me in my channel. I appreciate it. I really do. And everybody else. I think you're either right-brained or left-brained. I don't know. Good night, Raja. I never know. I don't know what will happen with my daughter. She's right now. She's working in-home care, but she's got a job. She's earning her own money in her own way in this world. But Will, can you tell us how Abby and Libby died? Yeah, they were both choked to death. Unfortunately. They both suffocated. Do you? I'm not. I had to look at that word, Jeanette. I had to look at that word like 3 times before I was like, "What? Oh, okay." Then it hit me. Math and science. Simple Shoes. It's 12:36. I'm off to bed. Good night. We'll see you next time, Simple Shoes. Thank you for coming tonight. Stopping by. She's perfect for Motorola system engineering, PhD. Damn. I think she makes now $23 an hour or something like that. And that's before taxes. I mean, obviously, you have to pay taxes and transportation, licensing fees, and everything else. But I have to get some sleep. But Pat, didn't know you. If you were here earlier, Pat, and commented, I didn't see you. I'm sorry, but thank you for stopping by tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here in a little bit myself. I'm not going to bed. I have some work I need to get done. I need to upload another video to YouTube, and then once I get that uploaded, that won't be on the channel until Monday. But yeah, I have immediately. I have to go through this entire system. I make the video, I edit the video, I get it ready, I upload it. Then I have to wait for YouTube to decide if it's monetizable or not. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Hi, Judah. Yeah. Zelda in the year plus that I've had the channel, I got her she did a YouTube story for me. You know, it was like 2 minutes long. She goes, "Hi, here's my dad. He's going to talk about some depressing stuff. So enjoy." It was something really simple like that. That she filmed that for me. Hi, Starfire. My Halloween, pretty good. Hung out with my son, took my son trick-or-treating, and then over to my mother-in-law's. Hi, Karen. When is Tim coming back again? You both crack me up. Tammy, let's see. I don't have a calendar in front of me. One second. I know there's one on the computer. Okay, so I believe he's either coming back. See, that's the holiday weekend. So the 16th, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that though. Haley Turner, welcome. A lot of times though, he doesn't even know when he's coming down. He knows, like, 3 or 4 days beforehand, and then he comes down. But he's got a room here. He's always welcome. Who is Tim? Connie? My best friend. Thank you, Zelda. I know quite a few men that are like me, that are fathers. Quite a few men that are like me who are not fathers. But the world would be a better place if people were just more understanding and accepting people for who they are. And I truly believe that we need to accept people for who they are and for their differences. It's be a boring ass world if we were all the same. Yeah. Kiki Mercer asks, do you ever dream about cases you're working on? I've had nightmares about Christopher Watts. I've never had any nightmares about Christopher Watts, but I've dreamed about cases that I've been researching. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely happened. remember to turn the stupid camera. Coco Ale. Chris Watts makes me fear men so much worse. Don't. All I can say is don't. There's such a rare, small part of society and people out there. Don't fear. My 19-year-old is autistic. I worry about him every day. I know I have a really good friend who's autistic, and he's had his ups and downs in life. I understand you worrying about your son. I mean, I worry about my daughter. She doesn't have autism, but you know. One Jack Valley, good night. Thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time. That's true, Zelda. Money doesn't make you a better person. Skin color doesn't matter. Makes me not want to get married again. Sorry. Yeah. Well, I think that's part of being a parent is we worry about our kids. Yeah. I know I'm going to always worry about mine. You know, I don't know, Jeanette. I mean, I guess about the only thing you can do is make sure that, you know, before you die, and don't do that anytime soon, is make sure that, you know, there's somebody else who can step in and or make sure that he has the tools around him, the support, and other networks to make sure that, you know, he goes on and has a fruitful life. Have you ever looked into the Shayna Hubert's case? The gal got shot her boyfriend in the face to give him a nose job he always wanted. Yeah, I've done a video on it. It's on my channel about her, Nick. It was quite a while ago, though. She's one whack-a-nut. Really strange. Nick, have you ever seen the interrogation video of her? There's something definitely there. Looked into the Crowley case in Apple Valley, Minnesota. I think Crowley. I'm gonna write it down anyways, just in case. I'm thinking of Supernatural. That's what I'm thinking of. It's coming David Crowley from Supernatural. It's a TV show. I will. I'm at Mom's place. She wants to know what time is it where you here? It is 9:48 p.m. I wish Frankie Jr. write a book about his sister, what she said about No Promises of Tomorrow and Her Love. Awesome book. Okay. I haven't read it, Zelda. I missed it, but have you seen The Interrogation Nuts? Are you talking about the Hubert case still? Wow. Written 2 books. That's cool. Hi, Dawn. You stay safe too, Dawn. Thank you for stopping in. I'll definitely look into it. But definitely look into it. It's 12:48 in Michigan. No, Haley, I can't either. I really have a problem with it in that aspect because being a father myself, I just can't. I don't understand how somebody gets to the point where they even hurt their child. I mean, you hear about people abusing their children. I can't even fathom getting to that point where somebody trying to understand how somebody gets to that point where they hurt their child. I can't wrap my head around that. Now, if I can't get there, I can't imagine what it would be like or how you go from that to killing your child. That is so far out here. I just can't. I can see it. It's like, okay, that's what happened. That's what Christopher Watts did. But I can't understand anything. How do you get from here to there? It's so disturbing. It's 5:50 in the morning in Sweden. Marie. Wow. It's horrific. You couldn't do that to your dog? That's true, Haley. It is very true. No, I can't, but I witnessed it. Sorry. I had I had a cat that I absolutely loved, and I came home one night and he was having a seizure in the kitchen floor, and he died in my lap. And I'll tell you right now, I cried like a baby, man, because that damn cat. I loved him. So I understand. You couldn't do it to your dog. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hurt my cat or or dog or any animal. But at the same time, I'm a trained killer. The United States government trained me how to kill, how to be able to put myself over here. Good night, Angel Eyes. David Crowley. It sounds like Gray State thing. I think that's what his name is. Well, Crowley is the devil in the supernatural. My wife and my daughter watched that show, and my wife and my daughter. Right, so my wife, my daughter, and my two nieces um, set the world's record with him. The actual actor, I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but I should know, but I don't. Um, but they set the world's record with him for the world's largest gathering of French maids in one place. Thank you, Don. And a cat was never supposed to live, anyways. A family that I knew gave me the cat, and they wanted me to nurse it back to health because it wouldn't eat. And then I found out that they were feeding it table scraps instead of cat food or kitten food. And he was almost on death's door when they gave me this little kitten. And they said, "Can you nurse it back to health for us?" And I knew they were going to do something along that lines. So I called them up, soon afterwards, and I told them, "Oh, no, sorry, the kitten died." And I just kept him for myself and nursed him back to health for like the first month and a half. After that, I had to feed him by a medicine dropper every day. And he lived another, 13, 14 years. Every day I came home, he was always right there at the front door to greet me. He acted more like a dog than he did like a cat. Every night, slept right here next to my head. Lisa Warren, I'm always hitting the blocks. You're a good person, Will. Well, thank you, Kiki. I don't think that I'm any different than other people, though. I don't think there's anything special about me. But I appreciate it all the same. Robin, how are you? See my YT video, Mother's Day Murder, true story here. I live is a terrifying story. You have to go check that out. Perfect Halloween story. I'm doing great, Robin. How are you? Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate it. Pray for me at 6 a.m. I'm going to get my breast lumped vasectomy. I will definitely pray for you, Zelda, and so will my wife. We will both pray for you. And for those who don't know, my wife is a breast cancer survivor. Love your channel. It is totally factual, and you do many subjects. It's an honest channel. Thank you, Haley. I appreciate it. For the breast biopsy. Oh, sorry, Judah. 18 years. Wow. Ooh, Tammy. I've had my left knee replaced. I didn't have a full knee replacement, but I have a artificial kneecap, and I have a. What they did was they went in and they capped both of the bones on the knee, and then they replaced the part of the ligament on the top part is artificial. I've had both of. First, I had both knees scoped, orthoscopic surgery on both of my knees. Then my back, I had bone spur removed from from the bone that was pressing on the disc. Gallbladder removed. The last 5 years, I've had both forearms worked on. Muscle reconstruction on my left arm twice. But I know what that's going to be like. I pray for you. I hope that you get through it. What helped me a lot with the pain afterwards and the discomfort was get a heat pad, put it on top of a pillow, and then just rest your leg on top of that. So it's kind of where the knee is on the middle of the pillow. So your leg is bent over it a little bit. I lost my right leg. I'm just wanting my new shiny leg. I'm sorry, Haley. Have you ever looked into a serial killer in Georgia? I think in the 70s, killing black children. My mom was telling me, yeah, I have Soul Sister. Hello. I know I've done a series on him. I either did one or two different videos on him. I want to guess the last name was like Williams. I think that was his last name. I'd have to turn my other computer on to actually where I'm on my laptop, and we're not even using the camera or anything. I didn't have it else set up like I normally would. Maybe Chris Watts will get us a few oxys. Wayne Williams, that's what it is. Wayne Williams. Yeah. Yeah, they actually did I think it was Criminal Minds, the television show that did a story that was kind of like loosely based on part of him. Or I don't think it was Russell Williams. I think it was Wayne Williams. Atlantic City child killer. Yeah. There are families that still have not gotten closure. They're that for the children that were killed and abducted in the Atlanta area back then. I think I've had a bad day. I feel for all of you going through issues. Well, or maybe you're just a compassionate person, Nick. I know I am. Oh, I was trying to read that one, and that one went flying by. I had bone removed from my shoulder. They put a nerve block with the disposable pump. Best pain relief I've ever had. I've had last time they did my left arm, they put in the nerve block. Oh man. Well, all right. First off, I didn't feel the surgery at all because they were actually I was in the operating room. I think just under like 3 hours there, and they were doing nerve reconstruction in my arm, and while I was out, I didn't feel anything at all, and that was so weird. Waking up, I can move my arm, but I couldn't feel it. It was just like bleh. My arm just fell. Bleh. Hey, Williams, my maiden name. I'm related to Ted Williams, but via my mom, Hernandez. Ted Williams was a great baseball player. Too many to list, soul sister. I think it comes with getting older. My wife says my warranty expired because I didn't have any of these health issues, when I was younger, when we first started dating. But it just seems like the last 10 years. Rotator cuff surgery. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. I had rotator cuff surgery. They went in and cleaned out the rotator cuff. That was, this is October, 4 months ago. It was orthoscopic. They knocked me out for that. I don't remember it. Oh, Ted Williams is Hispanic. Is he? Mary Marlowe? Why does that name sound familiar? Is that a YouTuber? When I ruptured my Achilles tendon, I ate Norcos for a week. Ooh, that would hurt. I currently take morphine. It's the only pain relief to assist the phantom pain. I'm sorry, Haley. Really am sorry. My main concern is to see Duro doctor tomorrow to see if I have Cushing's disease from the test I did. I hope not, Sue sister. I hope not. Horrible surgery. At 50, my body fell apart. Pat Earl. Yep. My knees were shot years ago. When I was in the Marine Corps, I had surgery on my left knee at the Naval Hospital, and it was a complete butcher job, and it never really healed the entire time I was in the service, and then years afterwards, it always had like a popping in there, and with pain. And when I finally, I had enough of it, and I got it. The job that I'm currently at now, and medical insurance was, was good enough, I guess, because there is no insurance out there. It's absolutely great. Before that, I had, we used to call it Washington Death, but it was, I guess it was, we bought it through the state exchange back then, but finally went in and have it done, and they, I guess, at the Naval Hospital, they screwed it all up. Presidone. 411, it may have not. You have heard of 411, it may not have not. I don't know what that is. Lisa Walden, I love Mary. I think we're still talking about the YouTuber there. Zelda has something to do with my cortisone pituitary gland. Okay. Robin Lane, we all have a difference of opinion on what's entertaining. Yeah. Woke up 35 last month and felt 53. God. I stopped at a red light for 13 and a half years ago. Things went down from then. I'm still reading Coco Alley's. Woke up at 35 last month and felt 53. I'd love to go back to 35. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 2 hours. I'm going to have to end this. I've got to, like I said, I got to get this video uploaded to YouTube, and then I have to head to bed. I have to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's already 10 o'clock here. So I do have to go. And for all those who have doctor's appointments and surgeries and biopsies and everything else going on in the coming week, I will definitely pray for you all. And I wish you all the best. And for everybody else, thank you for stopping by tonight and listening to me just ramble on. And to CBD or whoever the hell he is or her, here earlier. Oh, well, I've gotten to that point where it's like, I don't let it bother me. But good night, everyone. Take care. Until next time, I hope to see you all Saturday.